What's up, man? I hate this minigame. I don't know why they make games like this. Can I just do the regular combat? I don't want to do this shitty minigame. Like, why? Why does every free-to-play game have to have stupid stuff like this? Can I just fight normal? I like how they get you to come back to this game. They're saying, like, oh, you can get like 6,000 crystals. Yeah, you had to play this shit minigame. I don't want to play it at all. I would rather play the real game. There's like better mechanics. This is boring. I wish I could pay somebody to do this for me. Why do they waste time making stuff like this? Can I just play the regular game? This is mad boring. This is shit like Mario Party minigame. They move slow as molasses. Boring. Hello, thank you. Oh my god, I hate this so much. This is dreadful. You can't jump? Am I stuck? Can you move any slower? Jeez. Why can't they tie the crystals to something actually fun? Just jump over it. Fuck this. What am I supposed to do? This boring-ass gimmick minigame. Instead of just normal fighting. It's the only good thing about this game. I don't understand what it wants. What am I supposed to do? Ugh. Why can't I just get the crystals by just playing the regular game? Why do I have to do this? What the fuck does it want? Can I just skip this shit? Ugh. I don't want to go slow. I want to actually fight normal gameplay. Come on, go! Hate gimmicks. How much longer is this boring shit? The combat sucks. It's just gimmicky and the art style is garbage. I like playing the actual game. Stupid gimmick crap like this. I don't want to play a shooter. It's so slow paced too. It's like really fucking boring. No, don't go skiing. Go back to the regular game mode. Ugh. I don't understand, like, what's the point of wasting development resources on stuff like this? I don't want to play stuff like this. I want to just fight normally. I don't even know what it wants me to do. Like, I'm so confused right now. Just die so I can get back to the regular game. Really cruel to have the anniversary event to get people back and then force you to play this shit minigame to get all the rewards. At least KOF does not do this. That game is just like, you're actually playing the main mechanics. Not this shit. That was dreadfully boring. Just give me all the rewards from this. I'll never play it again. I don't want that. I don't want Bloody Palace in this shit mode. No. Fuck that, man. Good God, that's boring. So yeah, it's full of garbage anime characters. I don't like them at all. I only like the gameplay. I can't stand waifus. They all have the most fucking obnoxious voices, and they all look the same. But I like the gameplay in this. I have to, like, turn off the voices. I hate the fucking screaming they do. Sound like cats that need to be fed. I don't understand the attraction to them. I really don't get it. I find them annoying. At least there are some characters in this that look like actual fighters. Some of them do. Some of them look like actual fighters. Not little low moe blobs that look like they're 12. Not into that stuff at all. Hard pass. Oh, someone sent me 20 bucks and I got one of the good gear pieces for this character today. It's very nice. I wasn't expecting that. I was at my second job and I got a PayPal notification on my phone. I'm like, what the hell? It's like, wow, someone sent me 20 bucks. It's cool. I don't get donations that often, so it's always really nice when I do. Because it makes all the horny dudes that play these games happy, I guess. I've never understood getting, like, playing a game like this to get turned on. It's like, if you want to get turned on, there's ways you can do that that don't involve playing a video game. I've never understood it myself, but the gameplay is pretty good in this game. That's all that really matters. I can look past the rest. Just like the people that play, like, Senran Kagura for stuff like that. It's like, why don't you just go watch something? Why do you want to play a video game to get all horny like that? That feels counterproductive to me. I don't understand it myself. Senran Kagura has shit gameplay too, so doesn't even really have that going for it. See, this is like an actual like warrior-looking fighter. It's all the lollies and shit I can't fucking stand. I'm only missing 2 pieces of this. I'm tempted to cash for it, but I don't know. I don't feel like it right now. Maybe if an oil prince donates. How would I rate this game? I think it has pretty good combat, but it's very hard to get into, and also the monetization is not that great. Now that I'm starting to understand how the team synergy works, the game's been a lot more fun. Here, I'll show some quote-unquote decent gameplay. And I think I'm gonna play something else. Oh, that's all I get to redo? That sucks. Can't do more. I really like this mode. This mode has better gameplay, but they just killed it. They don't update it anymore. I really like this mode. I like maxed out my characters and stuff. This is really fun, but then they just stop updating it. It's like, well, why would you add something cool like this and then never bring it back? This is like a legit fun mode, but they just let it die. PSO2 status. Oh, my controls are messed up. Hold on. I had to reinstall. I really like this mode, but they don't update it anymore. I was like top ranked on this when they added it. I was consistently like top 10 on this mode. But then they stopped updating it, so I kind of like stopped playing. They put a lot of work into this. I don't know why they killed it so quickly. They don't even like give good rewards for it anymore. It's just like kind of there.
どこ行くん先輩。材料拾ったで。出発。はっセブンちゃん。
遅い。燃やし尽くせ。素材習得。完成する。燃やし尽くせ。
素材回収完了。目標地点。ひゃっ。
遅い。
よくやったわケロル。
そろそろ
No, I cash.
出発。
I cash when I feel like it. I don't play any Cerberus game free to play. It's like actively agonizing to play free. I can't spend like thousands of dollars, but you know, I'll cash on the game if I like it. Let's put it that way. I'm not the kind of person that like goes homeless or anything playing these games, but I do spend money. This game's better free to play than most, but especially the way this game is structured, the way that they only have stuff available for certain periods of time. You can save up until it comes back if you really want something. Yeah, the monetization in this game is not that great. The only thing worth buying is the packages. Everything else is a ripoff.
素材回収完了。目標地点確認。ひゃっとチャンスよ。ヘビーパンチ。
たやすいこと。燃やし尽くせ。
チャンスよ。任せたわ。
素材習得。遅い。燃やし尽くせ。承知した。
チャンスよ。今よ。シンアターカット。
燃やし尽くせ。
陣形変更。ライデン将来。逃がさない。
たやすいこと。そろそろこの戦闘。
素材回収完了。目標地点確認。チャンスよ。今よ。シンアターカット。出発出発。ひゃっライデン将来。任せたわ。
燃やし尽くせ。遅い。
ヘビーパンチ。ライデン将来。
Damn it. This boss is not fun.
チャンスよ。何
gimmick boss. Come on, can you stop turning invincible? Hate bosses like this, man, that just fucking turn invincible. So boring. Just... Lost that because of that stupid phase where I couldn't hurt him. Just stuck waiting. I hate bosses like that. Just die. No, don't turn invincible again! Ugh. So irritating. Fine, whatever. Can't just die. You gotta do this boring waiting again. Why do they think stuff like this is fun? Why can't I, like, counter it or something? Instead of just standing here and waiting. He has, like, a pixel of health left, and I can't kill him. Just whatever, I don't care. Ugh. That boss is garbage. He turns invincible too much. Boring. Hate bosses like that just take you out of the fight and just fucking make you wait. Why do I have to restart the game? What? Like, counter them or something. You're just literally stuck standing there. I hate boss design like that. Keep that shit in tab target MMOs. He was almost dead, too, and he had to go fucking turn invincible again. After he was already... he already did that once. It's like no cooldown on it, it just goes straight into it again. It's not like it matters, though, that they don't update that mode anymore. I don't know why. That mode is mad fun, but they just, like, let it just die. They don't update it anymore. Combat in that mode is way better, but there's nothing to do in it, so it gets kind of pointless to play. When it came out, it had, like, really nice rewards and stuff, but then they just kind of... It's not like it got power crept, it's just they just, like, literally just stopped updating it. I don't understand why. It's clear they put a lot of work into that combat system, but there's no incentive to play it. You don't get crystals for it or anything. It's pretty much... Now this is giving me a fucking error. Nothing wants to work tonight. Stupid End Protect Game Guard. Can't believe they're still using that shit. That was the one thing I was hoping they would get rid of in the global release for PSO2. Just get rid of fucking Game Guard. That stupid anti-cheat software has fucked up my computer before. It's giving me blue screens. I can't believe they're still using it. It's really shady that they still are. They don't need to. I haven't been able to play that game for days. It just randomly stopped working. And Protect Game Guard is like the worst anti-cheat next to whatever they use in that Valorant game. They're pretty close. Pretty close in shittiness. I need Pinnacle of Combat to come out. I don't think I'm going to spend any more on Honkai. I'm going to wait for Pinnacle of Combat. That's going into open beta on the 25th. I'm really excited for that. That'll probably replace all the other games for me. I'm hoping so, anyway. Who knows, though? It's not out for another 2 weeks. 2.5 weeks. I guess they're going to have the cash shop up. I've already watched a lot of gameplay on it. It looks really solid. I don't know how well my phone will run it, but I know that they're making it emulator friendly. I know that there's like a new version of BlueStacks coming out, so I assume it will run well. That's probably going to be my next big service game. The seed sucks. Just restart. Bad seed. No double jump. Like, no momentum either. Give me this again. Would you stop doing that? I'm not even pushing down. He keeps going through it. Thoughts about Gunvolt 3? I wanted to come out yesterday. Those are my thoughts. I was expecting that to come out this year. Got pushed back to next year. Very excited. I'm very hard to please with platformers these days because like 90% of them are just Mario but shittier. The Inti Creates games are like perfect for me. I really like them. They're taking their time on that one. Looks like it's going to be a pretty big improvement over 2. I thought 1 was not that great because of just the way that the mechanics work, but they made it marginally better in 2. Gunvolt X is really good too, and then 3 is going to finally have a melee character. She looks really cool. I think her name is Kieran. They showed a little bit of gameplay of her at the New Game Plus Expo. Give me some health, game. Jeez. Just being so stingy right now. No health drops. Probably really bad luck on this game tonight. I'm gonna have to play this slow, which is what I don't like doing. No health. Man, horrible luck tonight. She has like these talismans that she throws, and you don't take. I think the mechanic is like when you hit them with the talismans, you don't take contact damage anymore. And then on bosses, it actually does like gray health. Have you ever played like Street Fighter V? You know they have that gray health mechanic. Same thing that they had in 4, where if you use like the focus attack, it would turn gray. But then if you got hit, you would not be able to heal all that health. That's how it works with her talismans. So she's not stuck there waiting. You know, obviously as a melee character, she can't do as much damage as quickly as Gunvolt and Copan could, since they're ranged characters. So it seems like you need to use the talismans and then slash to take off a bunch of the blue health. It looked really solid, but that was like a build from like 6 months ago, so who knows what they've changed since then. I was hoping that they were going to put that out this year. I've been waiting for that game for a long time. Maybe they're pretty much the only ones besides the game I was just playing. They're like the only platformers I really like anymore. I don't really like a lot of the indie platformers because they're just like not interesting. A lot of them they're just Mario but shittier, or they try to be like Kaizo Mario, which is good in its own right, but a whole game around just Kaizo stuff it's not fun. It's just mentally exhausting to play, and I feel like you can still make a challenging platformer and not have it be just Kaizo all the time. I feel like that just gets excessive and it overstays its welcome. That was the problem with Mario Maker. You know, Mario Maker, you could just basically make just regular Mario levels. You know, there's some challenge to them, but you're not going to be stuck on the same level for 20 hours. But all anybody wants to make is Kaizo stuff. So a lot of people say if you want to actually have fun playing Mario Maker, you play on easy or normal, because those are the more civilized levels. They might not be like official Mario level quality, but they're not going to make you go insane. You're not going to be doing the same 10 seconds of a level for 30 hours to clear it once. It's really hard to find platformers that don't do that, and if they don't do that, they're just bland and dry, and they just feel like a worse version of something you could already play, like Mario or Mega Man or something. I really like Inti Create stuff because they actually get it. They have a good balance between challenge and the responsiveness of the character, and good level design, and you have the satisfaction of wanting to go through it clearly. You know, getting a good clear, getting a good score and stuff. I think they strike a better balance than like anybody else right now, which is weird because there's thousands more platformers now than there were when I was a kid, but there's only like maybe 3 or 4 good ones a year. I tried Cyber Shadow. That game was really disappointing. I was very disappointed with that game. I didn't feel like it. It didn't feel like a ninja game. It's way too slow paced. The level design was not good. And then they piecemeal out your whole moveset for like a couple hours. So the first part of it is literally just a walk-in jump, which is what I don't like about other indie platformers. They're not doing anything different than what I played like 30 years ago. Cyber Shadow was a disappointment. I really didn't care for it. I got like halfway through it, and I just wasn't having fun. It was pretty easy to just drop it because it was only like $15. That game does not let you go fast at all. I was following that game for like a year or two. Cyber Shadow's very slow paced, and then like it takes forever to get stuff like the double jump and the sprint and stuff. And then when you do, the level design like actively prevents you from using it. So it doesn't flow like an Indie Creates game does, where if you know where the enemies are, or you're very good at reactive gameplay, you can go pretty much as fast as you want. There's nothing like that in Cyber Shadow. It's just very stop and go. That's a problem with Gunvolt too, but they're supposedly fixing that in Gunvolt 3. It's a shame, really. I was very excited for that game. That was one of my most anticipated games this year. It ended up just falling flat. It wasn't good. It felt awful to play. It looked nice. The soundtrack was decent. Not the best chip tunes I've heard in the modern era, but the soundtrack was serviceable, but it wasn't enough to really keep me playing. I could tell the guy that made it was very passionate, but he doesn't really understand level design. If you're going to make a ninja game, you need to make it so that you can go fast. It shouldn't be like modern Sonic games where you just hold forward and jump occasionally. It should take some skill to actually go fast. But when you give me moves that make it seem like you want me to go fast, but then I get stopped every time I do it, I get knocked into a spike and die, then I don't think you've done a very good job. I definitely feel you should have to work to go fast in a platformer. It should not be handed to you. But part of what makes that possible is making it so the level design actually allows you to do something like that. Cyber Shadow does not. I want to get a good run on this. I haven't played this in a while. I need to practice for the next update. Just having some shit luck on this game tonight. You have to work to go fast in this game. It's not handed to you. Yeah, I didn't bother covering Cyber Shadow on the channel, as I didn't really have much positive to say about it. I know the guy has been patching it, but I don't think that patch is on the Switch version yet. I just kind of chalked that game up as a loss. It wasn't like $80 or anything, it was like $15. I'll just soak up the cost on that one. I didn't like it. I was forcing myself to play. I kind of stopped doing that. I used to force myself to play games for the channel. I just don't do that anymore. If I'm not having fun, I'm out. Problem with Gunvolt kind of had that problem too, but you could always just jump over the enemies. You weren't really forced to fight them. It's just that it wasn't fun to fight them. And Copen pretty much fixed that. Gunvolt is very, very one-dimensional to play. And he's supposed to be getting some upgrades in the third one too, but they haven't said anything about it yet. They're very hush-hush about that game. Yeah, Ix was a good game. I liked that game. That game felt better than the Gunvolt games. Because the character could actually go fast. Problem with Gunvolt is he can't control like Inti Crate Zero could. The beauty about Inti Crate Zero is that you could fight the enemies and actually defeat them without losing your momentum, which is what made it so addicting and satisfying to play. But again, that was not handed to you. You had to know the level layouts or have a very reactive playstyle. It was satisfying to get to that point where you could get through the level without like barely ever stopping, and you could still fight the enemies and not just jump over them. And the ranking system, as flawed as it was, did reinforce that too. You know, you couldn't get the EX moves and stuff if you didn't get high ranks. So it encouraged playing it well. The problem with Gunvolt is because he has to physically stop to attack the enemies. It really encourages just jumping over them or damage boosting through them, which is not interesting design. The game is still good to play, don't get me wrong, but that's always been my problem with Gunvolt. From what I heard, he's supposed to be getting some kind of upgrade too. I don't know what. He desperately needs one. It's one of those games where the protagonist is like the worst character to play. I felt like that the mechanic of having to tag them and then use his flash field was at odds with how fast the game was. You know, I could go like lightning speed in that game. The character was so satisfying to control. He never felt like there was any input lag or eaten inputs or anything. It was always like, you pushed the button and it felt like if you messed something up, it was your fault, which is a really important part of a platformer. You don't want the controls to feel crappy. You don't want you don't want to feel like you're fighting the controls more than the enemies. But then the game actively wants you to stop, so it's like, is that like the mechanics were like at war with each other? Gunvolt Chronicles fixed that though. You go through that game fast and still actually fight everything. I mean, I've been playing platformers for like over 30 years, so I believe I know what I'm talking about. Been around a really long time. Same thing with my opinions on beat-em-ups, modern beat-em-ups and stuff. A lot of the ones that come out are just like punch and jump. And haven't really done anything to really make it stand out, besides better games that are already out, that have been out for like 30 years ago. Platformers are kind of in the same spot. But platformers are very easy to make, so... There's just like a disproportionate amount of them, and most of them really don't offer much. Sometimes that happens in this game. I don't recall that happening in the last game. Like, sometimes he doesn't jump. Why is that happening? It's weird. Controls didn't used to be like that. It's not easy to make a game like this. It's not as easy as people think. It's no different than, like, first-person shooters. How many first-person shooters have, like, shitty hit-scan enemies all the time? It's kind of a lost art. There's people like this that get it, but for every group of people that gets it like these guys, there's, like, plenty that don't. There's definitely a market for just a generic platformer, but it's so easy to make them now that you're not going to stand out. Beat-em-ups are kind of different. There's been some shitty beat-em-ups that have sold well, just because they have, like, functional online co-op. But platformers, there's, like, way more indie platformers than, like, any other genre. There's, like, thousands of games like this, but most of them aren't really offering you anything better than just, like, downloading a Mario or Mega Man ROM, which is kind of my problem with it. This offers something different. You know, the gameplay is good. It also improves on some things that Mega Man has not done yet, outside of Mega Man 11. Mega Man 11 was the first game that lets you change the powers without having to pause. And this game has a very similar mechanic, too. Still needs a lot of work, but the fact that it's actually doing something better than the inspiration, which is Mega Man, is pretty cool. And that's what's really cool about indie games. It's just hard to find good quality ones like this. Which is why I feature them on my channel. I don't just play Musou all the time. I like playing a variety of games. It's just the genres I like are all niche. I'll play anything that looks fun. Looks like I'll enjoy it. I'll give it an honest chance. I don't really have the luxury of being picky like people that like shooters and tap-target MMOs and stuff. They have a lot more to choose from than I do, so I'm willing to give something that might not have the best graphics or maybe needs a couple patches. I'm willing to give it a chance. I know you guys appreciate that too. This is a much better start. me some speed upgrades. Alright, I'll take these. More damage is good. Right now I just mostly need mobility. Mobility and core points. Probably should have seen what that other item was, what the salvage reward for it was. I'm tired though, I'm not making the best roguelike decisions right now. Making some poor choices. This track is so good. Oh, it was almost a clean skip. Wow. Skipped like the whole chunk almost. Not bad. Good skip. Wonder if I can skip this. Yes, I can. Good. I guess the best choice here would be to get some core points. Okay, get rid of that, and then grab this for health. And that's about as good as it gets. So now I can put on... Should have done that while I'm in pause. Now the bosses are going to get shredded. Good run. Good seed. That was a fun seed. Better than those first two I got. Next update's gonna be on, I guess, Thursday? Thursday at noon, I think. It's the first major update. Very excited. We'll see. Do I feel like playing anything else tonight? I think I might be tapped out tonight. I did get. Oh, excuse me. That's probably a good sign that I should sign off. I did get Dolphin emulation working on the phone, which is nice. I just didn't feel like streaming today. I didn't feel like streaming over there. I was working on some other stuff. I bought another game on Switch, which I want to make an overview for. I want to make some overviews on some of the underappreciated roguelikes, but I need to play them longer to actually do that. So I might not stream over there as much as I have been, but streaming over there pretty much every day. But today I took the day off streaming over there to do some research for some future stuff I'm working on. Game release wise, I don't really think there's much happening this month. It feels like a dry period, at least for me. There's nothing I'm really interested in besides Rangok Skies, which is probably only gonna be like $10. Other than that, it's pretty dry. The Surface games I'm playing too. The only one that's got anything going on right now is Honkai Impact. Everything else is pretty bare bones at the moment. KOF especially. Next major thing is going to be Pinnacle of Combat on the 25th. I'm very excited for that. I hope that my phone can run it. The only emulator I really want to install at this point is BlueStacks. I heard that BlueStacks got a 5.0 beta, which apparently runs a lot better. I don't have any emulators on here. A lot of them are not trustworthy, so I kind of got tired of dealing with them. Like most of the games, they run just about the same on my phone now, since Android emulation's still not that great. But if excuse me, if Pinnacle of Combat runs bad on my phone, then I'll definitely install BlueStacks for that, I guess. That looks really solid. It looks like with the foundation they have and the fact that DMC has always had hyper armored enemies, I don't think it will fall into the same trappings that a lot of the other action MMOs fall into, where they make it seem like you can actually combo the enemies, but then it turns out that you just everything just goes into hyper armor and you can't use the mechanics anymore. The fact that it's basically trying to be like a, I guess like a midquel. It takes place between DMC 3 and 1. The fact that it's trying to be a midquel and it's using a lot of the same mechanics, but slightly altered and simplified for the platform it's on, I think that won't be a problem with that game. They already have like a bloody palace in there and stuff, so even if it starts adding stupid stuff like raid bosses you can't stagger and stuff, it's still going to be like better than a lot of the other stuff that comes out. I'm pretty excited for it. I know somebody who got to the beta, I think it was like back in January. It looked very solid. Looked like kind of shockingly good. Better than it has any reason to be. Other than that, like, what else is even really going on this month? There's really nothing. I can't think of anything else. Is there anything else really coming out of interest that I would like? I think I pretty much covered all the bases. I should probably get to bed. All these controls, it's all jacked up. Controls aren't working. Need to change the jump button. Alright, good now.
ちょっと倒してよ。エクセレント、いい調子だよ。レイジ絶望に障害物。でも君の秘密だしな。宇宙撃破、地面の大型だ。気をつけて。コンボだよ、コンボ。宇宙撃破、レイトダッシュで駆け抜けるんだ。アキラくん、やっほー。さすが僕のマスターだね。エクセレント、壁に向かいながら連続ジャンプすれば壁を蹴って登れるはずだ。ボーナスゲット。やったね、アキラくん。宇宙撃破、やる。薄い床は下を押しながらジャンプ入力。スルッと降りられるよ。レイト、コンボだよ、コンボ。宇宙撃破、やる。行くぞ。その時聞いてないみたい。甘いヘア、甘いヘア。あっ、これからよろしくね。自分の家だと思って。ミッション。宇宙撃破、やる。レイト、今度だにエクセレント、いい調子だよ。宇宙撃破、やる。レイト、コンボだよ、コンボ。宇宙撃破、やる。
覚悟はいい。くらえ。おっと砕けろ。はっおっと覚悟はいい。くらえ。おっと覚悟はいい。くらえ。おっと砕けろ。はっおっと砕けろ。はっおっと覚悟はいい。くらえ。おっと砕けろ。はっまだまだ。おっと行くよ。はっワンツー。おっと覚悟はいい。くらえ。おっと砕けろ。はっおっと行くよ。はっワンツー。おっと砕けろ。はっおっと負けない。終わりにしよう。クリムゾンデススレッド。これで
Ah, damn. I forgot how to dodge that.
覚悟はいい。くらえ。おっといかに決める。これなら。おっと砕けろ。はっおっと行くよ。はっワンツー。だはっおっといかに決める。みんな
GG.
ごめん。
装備のメンテなら手伝える。
That game definitely flows better than the Gunvolt games do. They actually finally balanced the level design and the combat mechanics to make it into something where you actually can attack the enemies and still go fast, instead of having to stop all the damn time, which just makes it this weird, like, methodical and lightning fast-paced game. I know Gunvolt got some kind of upgrade in 3 where he's going to be able to, I guess, kind of play like Integrate Zero, where if you're good enough you can maintain momentum and speed and still fight the enemies. I know the new character has that as well, so man, I wish that game was coming out sooner. I'm so hyped for that. That's like one of my most anticipated games right now. It's just a shame that they pushed it back until next year. It's probably going to be like the first quarter of next year, but still, it's like 10 months away, and that really stinks. Oh, hello. Oh. I think I'm gonna send you guys somewhere else. I am quite tired. Get some rest. I'll probably play some RetroArch stuff later today, if I'm up for it. Oh, cool. Major's on. You guys can go watch Major. He's doing some SLR4 runs. Go ahead and watch him. Nothing happened. I'm just tired. It's 1 in the morning, and my hands are kind of cramped. I need to rest a little bit. So go ahead and watch him. Let's see. I bought groceries, so I probably won't be going over to my neighbor's house in the afternoon, which means I might sneak an afternoon stream in there, and then I'll probably do one at my night shift as well. I got Dolphin emulation working, but it seems like it's having some kind of shader cache problem, where whenever it has to load something else, it freezes. It's like unplayable. So I want to look into that. Maybe install some more games for tonight's stream. I haven't been able to do Steam Link over there because their internet has gotten slower. I think they're getting throttled, but yeah, you know, they're normies. They're nice people, but they're normies. They don't like a game online or anything. So I mean, as long as they can watch their shows, they're fine. So when I'm over there, I can pretty much just play stuff that's on the phone, which means I can play like Honkai, I can play like KOF, RetroArch, and that's basically it. But that's a lot of stuff now. As I got everything up to the GameCube and Wii running. That's about the limit for Android emulation right now. I know there's a PS2 emulator, but it's running stuff at like literal 3 FPS. So it would be nice if I could get like Destiny Remake running like that. I wonder how it can handle 2D games. It doesn't even seem worth like installing at this point, but I'm sure they'll get it there. Yeah, I did a little tweaking and I got Dolphin emulation running at pretty stable 60 FPS. It's just a matter of setting the controls and figuring out like if it's got like some shader cache problem or something. It's very likely that it does. So yeah, go ahead and watch Major. I'll probably come back, I don't know, maybe after lunch if I don't food coma. So I've got plenty of food here. I don't need to eat out or anything, so I'll probably be staying here. I did stay here today, or yesterday. I didn't go over there in the afternoon. That's why I'm a lot less tired now, but my hands are tired. I've been cramped from dual wielding jobs and stuff, so I should probably take it easy tonight. I'll see you guys very soon, probably in the afternoon.